You're tuned into Inside Lowell. Inside Lowell podcast brought to you in part by Washington Savings Bank, serving the greater Lowell community for over 130 years. Make the switch now to Washington Savings Bank.
WellPoint. Unicare is now WellPoint. New name, same commitment to Massachusetts. At WellPoint, your whole health is their whole point.
Boston North Company, offering a wide variety of business solutions to help restaurant and retail clients save money. Boston North. Mahoney Oil Company, providing warmth and protection to families in Greater Lowell and Southern New Hampshire since 1925. That's Mahoney Oil. Francis E. Preventia Insurance. For auto, home, business, and life, trust the agency Greater Lowell has counted on for more than 40 years. Francis E. Preventia Insurance. GoPuff, a grocery store right at your fingertips. Use the code Lowell20 to receive $20 off your first order of $21, plus free delivery. Download the GoPuff app or visit gopuff.com today. And by the Massachusetts Pirates, bringing all the hard-hitting action and excitement of arena football to the Tsongas Center in Lowell. Get your tickets today by visiting masspirates.football.com. And now, time for another Inside Lowell podcast. Inside Lowell. If Lowell is your home, this is your place. Hi, and welcome to Chamber Chat here in the beautiful WellPoint Studios. This is an Inside Lowell podcast coming to you from the WellPoint Studios. You can tell I'm still getting used to the new name. Speaking of new names, Unicare is now WellPoint. Great segue, I know. I'll be here all day, folks. New name, same commitment to Massachusetts. At WellPoint, your whole health is their whole point. Well, I fumbled through that one, Dan. What did you think?
How do I follow that up, Danielle? Come on.
I think it's quite easy to follow that up. I'm Danielle McFadden, president of the Chamber. I'm so excited I have Dan Esdale here. He's vice chair of the Chamber.
I am. I wear many hats.
You do. Many hats. I'm wearing an Encompass hat because Dan is the chief marketing officer for Encompass Human Services. How are you?
I am great. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you.
You walked in, I'm like, I have a hat.
Yes. And I felt so much pride because I hand out so much swag. So
yeah, and I knew where the swag was, and yes, I'm wearing it.
I love it. So thank you.
Yes, well, I'm happy to have you here. I wanted to, before we get into Encompass, talk about your journey that led you to Encompass.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm glad you asked about that. So my background is really on the business side of the nonprofit, and I had no experience with human services industry. My background was in higher ed, nonprofit. Yep. And I actually had sort of a happenstance meeting Jean Phelps, who's the CEO of this. Met her through a connection when I was the CMO at Suffolk University. And one thing led to another. There was a merger actually taking place at the time between then Lifelinks, which is based in Chelmsford, Class, which is based in Lawrence. And anytime you have a merger, the brand is always going to come up, right? Yeah. So one thing led to another, and next thing I knew, I was the architect of the brand strategy for this newly merged entity. Didn't have any experience in human services, and now I mean, it's just had such a profound impact on me, like, just on a personal level, just being exposed to the people who work in space and seeing things that just happen behind the scenes, and it's actually very motivating me to kind of shine a light a little bit on the work that they do. I think during the pandemic, it really hit home because we were, feeding people during the pandemic, rightfully so. Right? People working at grocery stores, mail carriers, people on the front lines. But there was this invisible audience of people that was still out in helping the most vulnerable people with their needs during the pandemic. And we didn't even know about them because they're a little incognito, right? It's because that's just the way they are. And they're motivated by the work that they do. So it's been a wonderful almost 5 years now.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
I remember when I met you.
I know. First year there. And I was like, one of the first things I did, we have to get engaged with the Chamber, right? So I had that one right at least. So, but no, it's been a wonderful 5 years. And speaking of new names, Encompass is now in its third year as our brand. So we're excited. And speaking of anniversaries, it's also the 70th anniversary of Encompass Human Services this year. So a lot of milestones.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're going to celebrate with a big
big
We
soiree.
are. So that's really the reason why I shamelessly reached out and asked if I could.
It's not shameless. It's what we're here for. We love
I'm
this.
the marketing guy. You know how I roll, right? So,
And I'm like the most shameless person you'll meet. So.
as you're wearing my Encompass hat. So we actually at Encompass, we haven't had an in-person fundraising event since before the pandemic. So this is kind of a big deal for us. And, you know, a little bit about sort of Encompass itself and the work that we do and why we have to do this. You know, we are obviously a human services agency. So based in Chelmsford, we serve Greater Lowell and Greater Lawrence. We support people who have intellectual and developmental disabilities, including autism, and acquired brain injuries, which is sort of a new service that we're offering. So we have our headquarters in Chelmsford. We have an acquired brain injury community center in Tewksbury, and we operate about 20 group homes throughout Greater Lowell. Group homes are just like any other house, right? That's really what the model is now, right? Going back to before when institutions, you know, we've come a long way. So we have 20 groups fully staffed, 4 to 5 individuals at each home. Beyond that, though, we have a whole suite of programs and services and supports that are designed to meet people and their needs, whether it's day habilitation at our Chelmsford facility, community-based day programs, you know, out in the Greater Lowell community, employment, training, just anything you can think of, we're really able to do, and we're growing. Part of something called the New England Human Services Collaborative, CEO, president of that. It's really rooted in a vision to create a system that works for them, right? So, but the reality is we are largely state funded, and that state funding doesn't go as far as it used to. And the state funding doesn't cover all of our expenses, right? So when you think about the needs of people with intellectual developmental disabilities, it's all about creating an inclusive community, and that means creating community events and activities. It means adopting technology, you know, in those programs. All these things cost money. And the reality is we do rely on the support of the business community and the arts to kind of help us to live experiences that people support need and deserve in order to live that happy. Not just the people we serve, but their caregivers as well. Absolutely. Right? So one of the big things we do is we offer respite services for as well. So there's, you know, a lot of need, you know, out there right now. Absolutely. Unfortunate reality is that there are a lot of people who were in program prior to the pandemic who still haven't been back. Staffing shortage, transportation challenges, so we're not using, you know. So this fundraiser is kind of a big thing for us, right? We're celebrating 70 years. Yeah. We're kind of coming out, you know, with a little bit of a bang here, you know, showcasing our brand for the first time in person, which is kind of crazy to think, but we launched the brand during the pandemic. And we're just kind of re-engaging the community here in our work. So we're super excited. It's our 70th anniversary. And our CEO, Jean Phelps, you know, one of her mantras, and no disrespect to any of the nonprofits out there that have galas, because I've attended so many. I love supporting the nonprofit. Her big thing is this is not a gala. Yeah. This is just a fun sort of late afternoon, early evening event rooted in the Kentucky Derby. So the idea is just to get people together, have a good time. You know, maybe have a mint julep or two while you're there. There's wear a fun hat. Exactly.
Different from this.
So that
could be adapted to Fascinator. I think
it could be, but I think you're gonna come with that. I can't wait to see a hat that you have actually if you're at this event. But that is part of the experience, right? It's you know, we recreate Churchill Downs in Tingsboro, so we invite people to come in their best Derby attire and their best hats. There's contests for best dressed, so best dressed, or best dressed pants and best hat. That's kind of the contest that we run. There's leaderboard raffles, so you can bet on the horse that you think will win, and you can win a cash prize. Obviously, money gets donated back to Encompass. There's raffles, there's silent auctions, there's cocktails. But we're really excited this year because we're actually doing it at the newly renovated Chateau Merrimack. So I don't know if your audience is familiar with it. I visited it and I was blown away. this was tailor-made for a Kentucky Derby
Yes.
fundraiser. And there's a horse farm abutting the property, for crying out loud.
For
right?
those of you who don't know, it's the old Stonehenge.
Exactly. Yes, right
Kingsborough.
across from the
Right
Vesper
below us,
Country
yep.
Club. Beautiful venue. They did such a good job with the renovation. And we're actually going to have this year under their tent.
That's
So
so
we're
much
going
fun.
to tent this venue. We're going to have TVs to, watch the race. There'll be, some, speaking and, just fun engagement. But overall, the idea is just get people together for 2 hours, and, support a great
Yes.
cause, have a great time. You can't get over to Church of Towns. This is definitely the best thing.
So for the viewers, how can they get involved? They can buy tickets, obviously. Sponsorships, donate an item.
Yep. So we'll take any kind of engagement that we get from the community. So if you want to attend, you can buy tickets online. So if you go to encompasshs.org, I'm sure
I will.
or in the description.
I'll include it in the caption.
Encompasshs.org is right there on the homepage. You can buy tickets online. We are actively soliciting sponsorships. So sponsorships range in packages from 1,000 to 10,000. It's a great opportunity to showcase your brand, but more importantly, if you're a business that has that corporate social responsibility program, this is just a great way to participate, because we will obviously promote sponsorship, but you'll annual report, signage at the event, you'll mention at the event, but there's something bigger here. And like I said, it's a largely invisible group. It's a largely invisible. And when you see people that we support, the people who work for it, seeing that there are businesses actually supporting the work, I cannot tell you the intrinsic value of that, right? There is just such a profound gratitude, because I think in a lot of ways, it's not as visible, right? So when you see all these companies kind of supporting this work, it's just very motivating to these folks, right? Because they don't do what they do for financial gain. The reality is that people who work in the services space, aren't paid at the same level as people in the sector. And they have their own reasons for doing this work. It's largely intrinsic.
Absolutely.
It's just they love the work, they believe in the work, and the people that they support, they just want to be. So it is a really, really huge opportunity to just have that impact, right? And me being the chief marketing officer at Encompass, obviously, I'm more than happy to showcase brand. Beyond that, silent auction donations, raffle donations, always welcome. Actually, just met with the Massachusetts Pirates this week. They are donating.
Home opener on Saturday.
They are really excited. They are really. They didn't want me playing for them, I guess, but no.
No, they didn't want me to be one of their dancers either. For some reason.
But they are super excited about their season. But I was so thrilled because they just stepped right up. Right when I mentioned this, that was the first thing they said was gift basket. We're talking to them too about getting some of our individuals out to the games at Songkiss.
That is awesome.
Right,
I'm so
and
happy
they're
to
talking
hear
about
that.
some of the sensory things that they're going to do for our people. So they're going to be so excited to go watch the rest of the season. So it was fun to meet with, right? So yeah, anything like that, we are so appreciative. Business community coming out, people just want to have a good time, even if you've never heard of Encompass, want to have a good time with your significant other, just come out and get dressed up and network. I mean, it's
be a fun ladies' night out too, because you get to all dress up with your friends.
Absolutely, and the Chateau Merrimack is a hotel, so
there we go. You just go right upstairs.
An opportunity to crash there, absolutely. So, but yeah, we're hoping people have a good time. We're hoping they really enjoy the support. Great cause, and it's also just fun to get Encompass back out into the community in a big way, right? It's also the 150th anniversary of the Kentucky, so there's milestones.
Really? Just drop that one.
Yes.
Which was the end of this. Wow.
So yeah, that's what we're really excited about is bringing this back, and this is going to be a renewed tradition. We've done 7 of these before the pandemic. We're gonna keep going.
That's great.
And I think our goal is to kind of grow this going up.
Very fun. And yeah, there's really not much going on that day. Like it's a big day, but you can kind of own that as.
Yeah, it's all about the
Yeah,
Derby. Yeah. So
yeah.
it's going to be 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. The Derby is race is around 6:45.
Yeah.
So just a chance for everybody, like I said, network, have
Yeah.
fun, meet new people, get dressed up.
Yeah, that's
we'll have
always fun.
photographers there, so you can make some memories.
Get a new Facebook profile picture.
Absolutely. There you go. We'll have to come up with a clever hashtag. So all that and more. So yeah, we're excited.
Awesome. So information one more time on the date. I know it's Kentucky Derby Day, but date, and then how people can get tickets.
So Saturday, May 4th, 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. Like I said, it's not a formal event. So if you want to show up at 5, no pressure, right? The tickets can be bought online, $150 a piece. All the proceeds go directly to Incompass to support our and services. Sponsorships, same thing. Go right on to encompasshs.org. The entire sponsorship package is there. It's never too late to sponsor, by the way. I mean, if you reached out to me on May 3rd, we would make it happen. So you can absolutely do that. And sponsorships come with tickets. So it's also a great opportunity, little sort of team building. If that's something you're interested in. And if you're not interested in attending, you can donate those tickets to the pool and we'll somebody. Yeah, everything is online, encompasshs.org. My contact information is there. I'm always happy.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This was really fun.
And I could talk to the chamber as well.
I love
chair, so
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we're gonna have to have you back on again and talk chamber stuff and whatever we feel like talking.
We should
talk forever.
Talk non-marketing.
I know that would be really fun. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We could talk about swag.
We could talk
Who
about
doesn't want to
swag.
talk about swag?
Everybody loves swag.
We'll get a poll out.
You know what they don't have anywhere is branded dresses. People brand fleeces, sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, bags.
I'll tell you.
How about a branded dress?
People know this about me. I'm obsessed with, like, if it comes to swag, it's got to be high quality. So, I haven't done a dress though. You're right. Sort of. To think about.
No one's done a dress.
We're doing sweatshirts for our staff this year.
I love
branded,
nothing.
Quarter zip sweatshirts. We put a poll out. That's what they chose. We have backpacks in previous years. So
nice.
Yeah. Don't skimp on swag.
No.
Advice to people.
I feel like he's speaking to me right now because we currently don't have any chamber swag, so we'll get working on that. I do have inside Lowell swag. I'm always wearing my inside Lowell sweatshirt when I go out. I have a couple of them.
It's it's funny you say that because I chamber swag to wear. So
I know I'll get some. I'm on it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on it.
Yeah, I wear my Encompass hat to my son's basketball game. Yeah. So people ask, "What is Encompass?"
There we go.
Yeah,
it's a great conversation piece. Well, thank you so much. This was really fun.
No, this is great. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you all for tuning in to another edition of Chamber Chat. We will be back again. Same name, different hat, maybe. You'll have to tune in to see. Thanks so much.